listener, tonight, let me guide you through one of the most poignant love stories ever whispered by the winds of time. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let your heart wander into the tale of Mem and Zin, a story born in the mountains of Mesopotamia, where love bloomed even under the shadow of destiny. Long ago, in the 15th century, in the Kurdish land of Sisra, surrounded by the warm winds of Mesopotamia, and guarded by the mighty Tigris River, there lived a noble prince named Mem. He was not just any prince, but a warrior poet, a dreamer, and a soul that sought beauty beyond the battlefield. In the same city lived a princess named Zin, the daughter of the local king. Zin was known far and wide not just for her beauty, which seemed borrowed from the moonlight itself, but for her wisdom, kindness, and the quiet sorrow that always lingered behind her smile. Fate brought them together during the traditional Neuros festival, when spring painted the valleys with wild flowers, and the entire kingdom danced to the music of rebirth. Mem saw Zin for the first time across the sea of celebration, and time slowed. She, too, noticed him, the prince with eyes like dusk and a heart heavy with longing. Their souls recognized each other, as if they had loved in lifetimes before. They met again and again in hidden gardens beneath moonlit skies, speaking of dreams, poetry, and futures they longed for but could never quite grasp. Their love was tender, pure, and true, but also forbidden. Zin's cousin Bakir, a man consumed by jealousy and political ambition, hated Mem. He feared that Zin's love for Mem would strengthen Mem's influence in court. So, he began weaving webs of deceit, feeding the king lies, whispering poison into his ears, turning his heart against Mem. The lovers were torn apart. Was cast out, his poetry banned, his name spoken only in hushed tones. Zin, confined within the palace, would wander the halls in silence, her fingers brushing the cold walls as if searching for him in the stone. Time passed, but love does not fade like old paint. Zin wrote letters she could never send. Mem composed verses. He sang only to the stars. One night, Mem returned in secret. Disguised and broken, he made his way to the palace garden. Zin was there, her hair like a waterfall of night, eyes glowing with silent hope. For a few precious moments, the world made sense again, but fate so cruel and watchful had not finished with them. Baker discovered the reunion. Mem was arrested and thrown into a dungeon deep beneath the castle. Zin begged for his release, but her tears fell on hearts already hardened. Food and light, grew weak, yet in his solitude, he whispered Zin's name over and over like a prayer. He died with her name on his lips, a smile on his face, dreaming of a life they were never allowed to live. When Zin heard the news, she collapsed, her soul tied to Mem so tightly, could not survive the breaking. She died days later, holding a flower Mem had once given her. They were buried side by side. From Mem's grave grew a wild rose, and from Zin's grew another. Roses bent toward one another, entwining above the soil forever together in death as they were denied in life. But even in that sacred beauty there was sorrow. For Bekir, the one who tore them apart, tried to separate the roses. Legend says a thorn from the vine pricked his hand, and he died from the wound, cursed by the love he had tried to destroy. And so ends the tale of Mem and Zin, a love too bright for the world around it. Their story still lingers in Kurdish songs, in poetry, and in the hearts of those who believe that true love, though often tested by fate, never really dies. Thank you for listening. May this story stay with you tonight like a soft whisper in the dark. Sweet dreams. If you enjoyed this tale, I invite you to join our little corner of peace, subscribe to the channel, and let me share more stories to calm your mind and soothe your soul every week. A new journey awaits of love, dreams, and distant lands. Until next time, sleep gently, and remember, you are never alone as long as there are stories to be